and must. I found it very inspiring. Rest, and then to writing creatively this year. Beautiful pictures. It's improved friendships. Yeah, this is just a book about how to enjoy life. Good morning, friends. It is a cold, dreary, rainy day in late December, and I'm determined to not let it get me down. I'm someone who is typically very overwhelmed by the new year and who really struggles with seasonal depression or winter blues. But this year, it's going to be different. I'm going to try my best to shift the perspective from cold and depressing to comfortable and cozy. A time for rest, a true refresh and reset. We can be gentle with ourselves this time of year. It's winter, there's less daylight hours. We are meant to slow down and turn inward. And I typically feel bad when I do this because we've been trained to associate how much we're able to accomplish with how worthy we are as individuals, and that is just not the case. What is important is enjoying your life and feeling good. So with that in mind, I thought that we could turn this dreary day into something cozy and optimistic and get excited for 2024. This involves a quick tidy, things are a bit messy, a celebration of everything it took to get to 2024, because making it through 2023 in and of itself is an accomplishment. And I think something that's often overlooked is celebrating what we did the previous year, or just celebrating a year well lived. I want to focus on that. So just take time to appreciate and celebrate 2023, followed by maybe some mood boarding, maybe some vision boarding, and a list of things to get excited about in 2024, otherwise known as intentions or goals or resolutions, whatever you call it, but something to get us on our feet and give us some direction as we head into the new year. So if any of that sounds good to you, go ahead and make yourselves a heartwarming cup of tea or coffee. Grab your coziest of comfy blankets or sweaters. This one wraps around me like a blanket and I love it. And let's get to it. So this is the current state of things. Not bad. Really not bad. Just need to fluff some pillows and fold some blankets. We have bags of things we're gonna give away. So Landon's gonna make a Goodwill run. Hello, Monsieur Rue. Yeah, so it's really not that bad in here, but it does just feel so cold and empty ever since taking down all the cozy Christmas decorations. So I wanna find a way to become excited about this space again. And that means blankets, candles, gonna clear off office things. These are all office things. They shouldn't be on this table, and I want to make this fun to look at. I just want to make it cozy again. And I've been feeling the urge to, or the pressure to go to Target or a store, even a thrift store, I don't know, just go and buy things to spruce up this space. But I really like the challenge of using what I already have to make it cozy. Before we tidy, I want to make it smell nice, because when it smells nice, it feels nice. I love the idea of a sweet smelling steam filling my home. It just feels warm and inviting. So here, let's gather supplies. Okay, I have my pot, and normally I would collect cinnamon sticks and cranberries and, I don't know, little physical things to simmer, but I don't have any of those things right now, and I don't feel like going to the grocery store, especially because it's probably going to be very busy as it's just before New Year's Eve. So I'm going to make do with what I have. And I was given some mulling spices for Christmas. The ingredients are organic cinnamon, organic orange peel, organic cloves, and natural flavors, and you're meant to simmer them and then add them to a drink and enjoy them. And I think they'd also make for a really good potpourri. So I'm gonna go ahead and simmer all 3 packs. I also do have a little clementine, so I'm gonna eat it as a pre-tidy snack and then add the skin to the potpourri. And the only thing missing from these scents is peppermint. I love the smell of peppermint, and I was gonna add some peppermint essential oil to the blend, but I researched if it's okay to heat essential oil, and it's pretty undetermined, though I think there is perhaps a chance that heating essential oils could make them toxic. I don't want to mess around with that, so I have a bit of a candy cane left over from Christmas, and it smells quite pepperminty. So I'm just gonna add it to this mix and see if it gets it to smell like peppermint. This is my smell good concoction. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Let's make it work. Gosh, you guys, it smells terrible. I should have checked the burner before I turned it on. There must have been something underneath the burner because all it smells like is charred meat at the moment. We don't even eat meat. I don't know what it is that smells this way, but something burned. There was this nice pretty steam rising up in the previous shot. It wasn't steam, it was smoke from something burning. So that's all I can smell right now, but I've cracked the window and hopefully it clears out quickly. The space is all tidy. I didn't clean. We're keeping it simple and relaxing, like Monsieur Roux is demonstrating right there, the king of comfort himself. So yeah, just folded the blankets, fluffed the pillows, and it feels so bare and empty, especially in comparison to all my Christmas decorations. So I want to make this space more warm and inviting, and to do so, I'm going to use blankets, pillows, candles, and dried flowers. As I was sorting through my wardrobe and figuring out what I needed to give away, I came across this sweater, and I have not worn this for probably 2 years, but I love the color. This is one of my favorite colors. I just don't love wearing it. I don't know, I just don't love wearing yellow as much as it's probably my favorite color. But I felt attached to the sweater. I didn't want to get rid of it. And I realized it's kind of like the perfect size for a pillow. Look at this. Hey. So I think there's probably enough material to sew it into an actual pillowcase. However, I'm impatient and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna put this on the pillow and tie the sleeves and call it a day, and it'll be a nice warm sunshiny accent to the living room, and it kind of matches the ottoman, so perfect. Hello, sweet love.
Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. All Lang Syne and all the other cheers. In the moment feels just like you're here, little darling. hottest at its core. And I warned you, I get bored. There's too much to be explored, things that we cannot ignore. Drop the ball and be restored. Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. Old lang syne and all the other cheers. Chin up, babe, tomorrow's a new year, little darling. Old lang syne and all the other cheers.
Oh my goodness, you guys. That makes me unbelievably happy. And this is what I mean by making do with what you have. I'm so glad that I didn't go to the store, because I would have purchased like a winter themed garland of some sort and spent $30. And instead, I'm just so happy that I found these butterflies. I was looking for ribbon, and I opened up my scrap bag and saw those and thought, oh my goodness, those would look magical on the fireplace. And they do. I feel like I'm living in some fairy tale cottage, and I guess I am. Oh yeah. I don't want to ever take them down. I hope they pop off. I hope that the stickiness wears off and they just pop off, because otherwise I don't think I'm gonna take them down. Ah, so satisfying. Okay, now that the room is ultimate cozy, it's time to reflect on 2023 and celebrate just getting through it. This isn't about accomplishments. This is just taking a look at the past year and realizing how good it's actually been, even with the lows. And we're gonna do this simply by making a 2023 photo album on our phones. So I'm gonna sort through all the pictures I took over the last year and choose my favorites, like the highlights of the year, and put them in a photo album meant just for me. I think this will be a really good way to appreciate 2023 and also help brainstorm or spark some inspiration for 2024. Like, if there's something that I really enjoyed about 2023, I want to make sure to do it again in 2024. Reheat your tea if it's gone cold. Make sure you're cozy, and let's make a 2023 photo album together. What a year. I like to set a word, like choose a word for each year. And my word for 2023 was joy. And we all know how well that went. I cry so much. It's okay to have these feelings, but I think I'm having them too often and too extremes. So yeah, I'm gonna get help. How scary. In all seriousness though, I went through a lot and it was really, really hard, extremely challenging, and absolutely transformative. And yeah, I felt so much pain. I felt so much loneliness. I was depressed, but on the other side of that was genuine, authentic joy. It's funny because, yeah, I set joy as my intention, but I think the real word of 2023, for me at least, is courage. And it feels so good to be able to see it in picture form. feel so proud. I'm gonna take it a step further because I think it'll be really helpful going into 2024. And I got my journal and I'm gonna make a list of 10 things that I am really proud of myself for doing this past year. 10 things I'm proud of myself for. Let's do it. So now that we've taken the time to celebrate ourselves in 2023, I think we can look forward to 2024. And I want to start doing this by designing a mood board or a vision board. I want to hold on to the good feelings I've just had by reflecting on 2023 and try and figure out how I want to incorporate them into 2024. So as I make my mood board, I'm going to focus on feeling. I'm going to specifically choose pictures in different categories of life that make me feel good or that excite me. I'm going to focus on friendship and community. I'm going to focus on home and wardrobe, health and career, and perhaps adventure or travel or just like fun goals, if you will. So I'm going to get my laptop, hop on Pinterest, and just make a 2024 mood board. Join me, okay? Well, I really enjoyed that, and that's the whole thing. This is supposed to be fun. This isn't supposed to feel like work. It's not supposed to be overwhelming. So if the idea of making a mood board is overwhelming, don't do it. That's totally fine. I have kept that mood board public on Pinterest, so if you want to go find me on Pinterest and use it for inspo or to make your own, go for it. It's just supposed to be easy and feel good. And making that mood board definitely helped me get more clear on what I want 2024 to feel like and to be like, and it's made me excited. So now that we've done that, it's time to talk about books. I would love to recommend you guys some books. Ooh, I forgot one. 1 minute. Okay. So I am focusing specifically on nonfiction because, as I've mentioned many times before, I just crave nonfiction reads this time of year. So let me share some that I have loved that have been very, very helpful for me, as well as books that I'm looking forward to reading starting now. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about this book so many times. It changed my life. The Crossroads of Should and Must. Find and Follow Your Passion by Elle Luna. This is a very, very approachable kind of dream life workbook, and it's really, really beautiful with amazing illustrations as well as like inspirational quotes. It's just, like I said, so approachable, and if you do the activities in here, I think your life will change. Mine did. So highly, highly recommend. Another book I'd recommend is Seeking Slow, Reclaim Moments of Calm in Your Day by Melanie Barnes. We read this, I think 2 years ago now in my Patreon book club, and I have so many pages tabbed. This book just made me so excited to slow down and enjoy my life. This book was a huge help to me this year. The Anxious Perfectionist: How to Manage Perfectionism-Driven Anxiety Using Acceptance and Commitment Therapy by Clarissa W. Ong, PhD, and Michael P. Twigg, PhD. This book really helped me to get to the root cause of my perfectionism-based anxiety, and once I understood why I was struggling so much with it and where it came from, once I had that knowledge and awareness, it helped so much to overcome it. And I think you guys have seen the result of that. Vlogmas was a result of that, being able to film so easily and not worry about it being perfect. It's improved friendships. I don't feel like I have to be perfect to be worthy of love anymore, and it's just added a lot of calm to my life. All right. This book inspired the current makeover of my living room, my Hygge home: How to Make Home Your Happy Place by Mike Viking. This is just a cozy cozy how-to with beautiful photography. It's really simply written ways to make your home cozier. I found it very inspiring and inviting. It felt like such a treat to cozy up with this book. I'm so happy. I'm currently reading Breath: The New Science of a Lost Art by James Nestor. I listened to a podcast interview that he did and felt very inspired to read his book, and it's essentially all about how to use breathing to become healthier, whether it's calming yourself down through deep, deep breaths, sleeping better by learning how to breathe through your nose to go to sleep, exercising better, having more energy. It's amazing actually how much your breath affects. I mean, it makes sense. Literally breathing keeps us alive, but yeah, this has just been a really interesting read. And then Landon and I are reading The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel together. I think it's good to read a finance book, like at least one every single year, so that money isn't a scary unknown thing, because that's what it used to be for me. And it's really not as big and scary as I thought it was. And anytime I read a book about finances, I just feel so much more in control of my life, and it has helped immensely. I mean, I was at the poverty line financially for 2 years and unable to afford my basic needs. And I can assure you that's certainly no longer the case. And I think it's because I have really tried to better understand money and my relationship with it. And then I have 3 books that I'm really excited to read. So I picked this up in a Vlogmas video, but How to Not Always Be Working: A Toolkit for Creativity and Radical Self-Care by Marley Grace. It is really just a toolkit on how to be better with your time and prioritize rest, and then be more efficient when you are working. When I read the introduction to this book, I felt like I could have written it because it was so incredibly relatable. So very much looking forward to actually reading and working through this book. I also have Write for Life: Creative Tools for Every Writer by Julia Cameron. She did The Artist's Way. Yeah, The Artist's Way, which is widely loved by so many people. I think it's responsible for my regular journaling routine, actually. It started with doing her morning pages challenge. So this is all geared towards writing, and I would love to step more into writing creatively this year. And lastly, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this correctly, but I have Jui: A Parisian's Guide to Celebrating the Good Life by Ajir Yaki. And this, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, first off, I love the color of the cover. I'm just so excited about it. Like, oh, look at that. Cafe Essentials: a magazine or book, a pen and notebook, a laptop, sunglasses, a newspaper, or nothing at all. This is gonna be way too blown out for you to see, but The Art of Être, basically the art of being. So many beautiful pictures of Paris and how to enjoy oneself. Like a French-inspired picnic. You can have a French-inspired picnic anywhere. Hunting and gathering, farmers markets. on quality. Seek out the best ingredients. Yeah, this is just a book about how to enjoy life. So that is my New Year reading, and it is one of my resolutions to be the kind of person who has a book with me at all times. I want to always be carrying a book, and instead of looking at my phone, I want to read a page of a book. I just want to read in every spare moment that I have, and I hope that in doing so, I'll get so much reading done this year. I really stepped back from reading in 2023. I let go of my 50 books a year reading goal. I did a book buying ban. I just had to undo, well, my perfectionism around reading. And going into 2024, I would like to prioritize it once more, but in a much healthier way. And that's just replacing phone time with reading. And I do have a small list of resolutions. I really don't like to overdo it with goals and resolutions. It doesn't, I don't know, bide well with my personality. Less is more. So I did just want to share these with you. My resolutions for 2024. Laugh more. This has been on the list for years now, and I'm getting better at it, but I would really truly love to laugh more. I'll need to intentionally watch stand-up comedy, read humor books, I don't know, listen to humor podcasts. I just really want to prioritize laughter in my life. Play with Rue, he makes me laugh so much. So does Landon. Landon's like the funniest person in my life. Better posture. This one I have every single year, and I think it's only gotten worse, but I'm gonna keep it on there and try. How can I get better posture? Let me know if you guys have any ideas on how to improve posture. Carry a book everywhere. I'm very excited about that one, as I've mentioned. Ooh, this one. 1 hour outside every day. I've tried to do that this week, and I've been fairly successful, but I'd say I missed 2 out of 7 days. It's harder than you think, especially when the weather is cold and rainy, but I will endeavor basically to spend more time outside this year because I always feel better when I spend time outside. I want to get a group exercise membership. Specifically, I would love to join a dance class or a yoga studio. And I'd like to practice French daily because I am still learning French. I'm determined to learn the language. I speak English. También yo hablo español. He estudiado español por 13 años, 14 años. También yo falo portugués. Portugués e español son muy parecidos. Agora, I don't know how to say I'm learning French. I'm very clearly learning. Let's see. Oh yeah. J'apprends le français. So what I just said is I speak English. I also speak Spanish. I've studied it for 14 years. And I speak Portuguese. I'm not fluent, but I can get by because Spanish and Portuguese are so similar. And I have Brazilian friends and have spent a month in Brazil. And now I'm learning French. Language learning brings me a lot of joy. So you guys, that's it. Well done for getting through 2023. And here's to a 2024 filled with authentic friendships, great health, an abundance of wealth, lots of laughter, personal growth, and many happy moments. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I love you all so much, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers!